Snow was falling in soft, silent flakes, covering the city in white. The streets were almost empty, the night cold enough to make every breath visible. Inside a sleek black SUV, a little girl pressed her hands against the fogged window, watching the snow with fascination. "Daddy," she whispered, "it's so pretty." Her father, James Rowan, smiled faintly, though his eyes stayed on the road. He was a man used to control, CEO of one of the largest real estate firms in the city, a man whose life ran on deadlines and data. But ever since his wife had passed 2 years ago, there was one thing that didn't fit into any schedule. His daughter, Lily. She was 6, curious, kind, and full of questions. The only thing stronger than her imagination was her heart. They were driving home from her ballet recital when Lily suddenly leaned forward, squinting out the window. "Daddy, stop the car." James frowned. "Sweetheart, we'll be home soon." "No, Daddy, please. Look." He slowed down and followed her gaze. Near the edge of a building, half hidden beneath an awning, was a young woman sitting on the frozen ground. Her clothes were soaked, her arms wrapped around something bundled in a thin blanket. A baby. Lily gasped. "Daddy! Her baby is freezing!" For a moment, James froze too. He'd seen homelessness before. He'd donated to charities, written checks, attended galas, but he'd never stopped. Not like this. Before he could think, Lily unbuckled her seatbelt and said firmly, "We have to help them." James sighed, torn between caution and compassion. But when he looked at his daughter, her eyes full of worry, something inside him shifted. He parked the car and stepped out, pulling his coat tighter against the wind. As he approached, the woman lifted her head in alarm, clutching the baby protectively. "It's okay," he said gently, raising his hands. "We're not here to hurt you." She looked barely 25, her face pale from the cold. "Please, just go," she whispered. "We'll be fine." James knelt down. "You won't. It's 10 degrees out here." He looked at the small bundle in her arms. The baby wasn't moving much. His heart clenched. "Please, let me help." She hesitated, then whispered, "I don't have anywhere to go." "Then you'll come with us." Her eyes widened. "What? No, I can't." "Yes, you can," Lily interrupted, running over with her little pink scarf in hand. She wrapped it gently around the woman's shoulders. "See? Now you're warm." The woman's lips trembled. "Thank you." James helped her stand and led her carefully to the car. Inside, the warmth hit her like sunlight after a long storm. She looked at him, tears in her eyes. "Why are you doing this?" "Because," he said quietly, glancing at his daughter in the back seat, "my little girl reminded me what kindness looks like." They drove in silence. The baby, a girl, stirred in the woman's arms. "Her name is Emma," she said softly. "I'm Claire." James nodded. "I'm James, that's Lily." "Hi," Lily said cheerfully. "Your baby's really cute." Claire smiled faintly. "Thank you." When they reached James's house, a spacious, warm home at the edge of the city, Claire hesitated at the door. "I don't want to cause trouble," she murmured. James shook his head. "You're not. You're safe here." Inside, Lily rushed to find blankets, insisting Claire sit by the fire. Soon, warmth began to return to her face, and baby Emma stopped crying, finally drifting into sleep in Claire's arms. James stood by quietly, watching. He didn't realize how long he'd been holding his breath until he saw them both safe and calm. Something about the scene, a mother and child, the quiet glow of the fire, Lily smiling softly beside them, made the emptiness in his home feel less heavy. Later that night, when Claire tried to thank him, he waved her off. "Don't," he said gently. "You don't owe me anything." She shook her head. "You don't understand. No one's ever stopped before." Her voice cracked. "Not once." He didn't know what to say, so he simply said, "Then I'm glad we did." Days passed. What was supposed to be one night turned into 2, then 3. Claire helped around the house, cooking meals, cleaning quietly, always insisting it was just until she figured things out. but Lily grew attached fast. One morning, James found her sitting beside Claire at the breakfast table, drawing a picture. When he looked closer, he saw what it was. The three of them, with baby Emma in Claire's arms. At the top, in uneven letters, Lily had written, "My new family." James's heart stopped for a moment. Claire looked embarrassed. "I told her it's just temporary," she said softly. Lily looked up, frowning. "But Daddy, she's nice, and Emma laughs when I play peekaboo. Can't they stay forever?" James didn't know how to answer. That night, as he stood in his office staring out at the city, he realized something. His house had been filled with laughter again. Claire's soft singing to Emma, Lily's giggles echoing down the hallway, sounds he hadn't heard since his wife died. The ache of loss was still there, but now it was mixed with something gentler, hope. The next morning, when Claire began packing her bag, he stopped her. "You don't have to go," he said quietly. She froze. "James, I can't stay here. I don't want to take advantage of your kindness." He stepped closer. "You're not. You gave this house something money never could. Warmth." Her eyes filled with tears. "I don't know what to say." "Say yes," Lily chimed from the doorway, hugging Emma. "Say you'll stay forever." Claire laughed through her tears, looking from the little girl to her father. "You two are impossible," she whispered. James smiled softly. "That's a yes, then?" She nodded, wiping her eyes. "That's a yes." And from that day forward, what began as an act of kindness on a freezing night became something far greater. A family born not of blood, but of love, compassion, and second chances. Sometimes the smallest voice, a little girl's plea in the snow, is enough to melt even the coldest winter.